Well, I'm sitting here in the truck. I'm going to try to tell y'all a little story about some crazy things that happened to me while I was in the Air Force. I'm sitting outside this antique mall. Darlene's been in there shopping 3 days. I don't know how in the world she can do that. I can go buy a pair of tennis shoes in 5 minutes. When she goes to buy a pair of shoes, you think she's buying a new car. But anyway, back about, it was a long time ago. Let me get this seatbelt off. I was stationed at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. And I had 2 good friends there. One was Clayton White, he's a member of this page, and one of them was Bruce Hebert. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, we did some crazy things when we was together. I can't even tell you most of it, I just can't. And it wasn't a sin what we did, but it probably wasn't right. How I made it through the Air Force, I don't know, but I did. I actually went through 4 years of it and never got in any trouble, I don't think, but maybe one time I throwed a boy out of a boat. I told him I didn't want him to fish with me, and he went and reported me. But let me tell you this story about Bruce Hebert. Bruce was in CID. He was a crime investigator, and my office was next to his, and I was a sergeant, and Bruce was a sergeant also. He was a higher ranking sergeant than me, but anyway, he was over the office he was in, and I was kind of over the office I was in. I was in reports and analysis. We handled all the police paperwork and made copies and kept up with all the tickets and all. Well, one day I was sitting at my desk, and my desk has got a big window beside it, and right outside that window you can see the flight line, all the airplanes landing and taking off, and people out there on the flight line working. Well, Bruce come running up in my office one day, and I'm kicking back in my chair. He said, "Dave." I said, "What is it?" He's always called me Dave. I said, "What is it, man?" He said, "Look out yonder on that flight line." He said, "Look at that female lieutenant. I want you to look at that." So he hands me a pair of binoculars, and I grab me binoculars, and I look out there. I got them up to my eye, and I said, "Man, you done lost your mind. Ain't nobody out there but a couple of guys working on that C-10 right there." He said, "Well, she done gone." He said, "She was walking across that flight line while she must have got in that airplane." I said, "Well, she must have. I don't see her." I said, "I got too much to do to fool around all that." So he said, "All right, man." He left. Well, when he left, I got kind of busy in my office. There's people coming to my office, and they would come up to the counter there, and they'd ask for a report, ask for a copy of a ticket, just anything. If you broke the law on that base, it went through my office. It was called reports and analysis. So some old girl come walking in, and she wanted a copy of a ticket. So I found the ticket, and I walked up there to her, and I handed her the ticket. She kind of looked at me kind of funny, and she kind of giggled and made a little smirk and smile, and she walked out. I said, "What's that idiot doing?" So I went back, sat down. A few more minutes, a couple more people come in. They start laughing and cutting up and talking and whispering amongst each other. And by then, I don't know what the heck's going on. That went on about 30 minutes of people coming in and out of my office. So I was sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden, my lieutenant come flying up in that office. He said, "Williams." I said, "Sir." He said, "Come to my office." I said, "Yes, sir." And I went up in that man's office, and when you go see the lieutenant, you don't casually go up in there. You got to report. You got to knock on that door, march right in front of his desk, salute him, and Sergeant Williams reports his orders, sir. And you're standing there at attention, and he goes, "Are you some kind of jokester or something, son?" I said, "No, sir, not that I'm aware of." He said, "Are you just trying to be a clown?" I said, "No, sir, I'm not trying to be a clown. I don't know what you're talking about." He said, "Wipe that stuff off your face." I said, "What is it?" I'm thinking I got something on my lips. The next thing I know, he reaches up and he puts his finger up under my eye and he rubbed. He said, "You see this mess right here?" He said, "Go in that bathroom and see what's all on your face and get that mess off your face." I said, "Yes, sir." Well, I went over to the bathroom. I looked in there, and I had 2 black round circles around my eyes. That Bruce Hebert done put ink around the eye contacts on those binoculars. And when I stuck him to my face, I looked like a raccoon. I was walking around looking like a raccoon. People come to my office laughing and cutting up and pointing, didn't say nothing to me. I guess they thought that was my normal look. But that's one thing Bruce Hebert done to me. But I did get him back, and there's going to be some stories told on what I've done to him. So y'all just hang in there.